Hey, good morning, everybody from Hollywood Studios. Jen and I are here way earlier than we ever get here. It's before 8 a.m.
I know, we're such night people. I was like, morning things are hard.
So we're back today to do another challenge with Rob and Eric from Air Scouts. Today we're gonna do an all-day challenge, 12-hour challenge here at Hollywood Studios. We're gonna try and hit every ride, every show, every character meet and greet, have a sit-down meal, have a quick service meal, go to Oga's Canteen.
Snacks.
We're going to do a lot of stuff today. You know what it feels like to me? This feels like running a marathon that I haven't trained for.
That's so true, so true. But also, with all of that being said, to make it a challenge, we've assigned point values to each thing that we do. So whichever team has the most points at the end of the day is the winner.
So come along with us today on this
hot,
long
day.
Everybody, I'm sure, remembers Rob from Air Scouts. Rob, how you feeling?
I feel pretty good. I feel a lot better than I think Eric is feeling right now, because unfortunately, poor Eric is going to have to push me around in his wheelchair all day today.
So any chance you want to reveal your strategy to us so we can copy it?
You know what? I am going to reveal part of my strategy,
and
that is I don't have a lot of strategy. My feeling is it's always best on the day of to look for those opportunities and take them where you find them.
We have step 1, 2, and 3. After that, it's up in the air.
Part of me is hoping that we're not going to end up going to the very first attraction at the beginning, because, you know, I'd like to see us do different things, but who knows? Who knows where we're headed?
We're in line for Rock and Roller Coaster. Let's have a little chat about the point system. We took the average wait times. We took the amount of time that it takes the ride, and then we times that by 10. This gave us our point value for all of those things. At the end of the day, 1, we want to have fun with it, but 2, we want to be Ear Scouts. So we've got to have the most points at the end of the day without using Lightning Lane or Genie Plus. Let's see if it can be done.
So out of Rock and Roller Coaster, in line for Tower of Terror, and I wanted to take a couple of minutes to talk about what our strategy for today is, because this could go a lot of different ways, and I'll tell you why we're doing what we're doing. We didn't have early entry this morning, so what I would suggest for anybody who doesn't have early entry is not go for what you would think you would go for, which would be Slinky Dog or Rise of the Resistance. The reason being is because all of those early entry folks have already gone to those 2 attractions. If you go and hit Rock and Roller Coaster and knock Tower of Terror out first thing in the morning, then you're already a little bit ahead of the rest of the crowd. Rock and Roller Coaster just came back from a long refurbishment, so people were excited, and the wait times are just going to increase for that attraction throughout the day. So later in the afternoon, Slinky should dip a little bit, not a ton, but Rise of the Resistance definitely will drop in time. Right now, I think it was, what?
80 minutes.
I would not be surprised if we don't find Rise of the Resistance around 40 or 45 later this afternoon. Now, fingers crossed, because currently Slinky Dog is down, and it's causing Rise to have an inflated line. If Slinky stays down for most of the day, that will affect all of our future plans. But the plan is, after Tower of Terror, we're going to head that direction and get in whatever line is the shortest. But if Slinky is closed, then Rise is the only option. We may skip that for now and try to do something else like Minnie and Mickey's. We'll have to just kind of wait and see. So we're feeling pretty good about our strategy currently, because Rob and Eric are right behind us. So far we've followed each other. We both had the same idea, Rock and Roller Coaster being number 1, because it's, again, back up from refurbishment. That was potentially going to be the largest crowd. Tower of Terror afterwards, for obvious reasons like I already talked about. But secondly, because we don't want to have to double back to this area. Now we are gonna actually have to come back at some point for Lightning McQueen Racing Academy, but that is such a low point value.
Yeah.
If we have to sacrifice something later down the road, that could be something that we could sacrifice.
After Tower of Terror, we're gonna head over to Slinky Dog. They're right in front of us. So right now we both are setting at 12:10 because we've done the exact same thing. So let's see if our strategies change, and it does look like that's gonna happen.
Our next list item has always been we need to get Slinky Dog and we need to get Rise of the Resistance. Now it is supposed to have an afternoon shower today, so we're not going to take the chance that Slinky Dog goes down or we can't get it because of the rain. So we're going to knock it out. Currently it's showing 55 minutes, and I think we can get in there a little bit under that. Now Rob and Eric, we just saw them. They deviated and moved over to Runaway Railway. That's got a 40-minute wait currently. Not a bad move, not strategy-wise, but I'm counting on the fact that this line, since the ride was down early this morning, only gets longer as the day goes on. We'll just have to see whose strategy is better at the end of the day. So Jen is holding our first snack of the day. While we're in line for Slinky Dog, we thought we'd just jump on some extra points. So we get 75 points for a snack. Snack is any set of items that you get. So the Diet Coke and the popcorn counts as one snack. So we're adding 75 points to our point total.
So now that we're almost to the end of Slinky Dog's wait, Slinky was at a 55-minute wait, and we currently have only waited 22 minutes. 10 more minutes in line, roughly. We got really lucky because by the time we got in line, they started and made the corner. They opened up the additional outside line. Maybe luck's on our side. So Rob and Eric just messaged us. They had Mickey and Minnie's Railway done. So, but we have Slinky done.
That puts us about 300 or 400 points ahead of them at this point, but that doesn't mean anything because points can shift really quickly.
Oh yeah.
The highest point value is Rise of the Resistance. Once they get that one, I mean, you know, the game can shift. Now we do have a quick service meal mobile ordered right now. We're in line for swirling saucers because our arrival window for our quick service had not arrived yet. So we decided to do this, and then we're going to try and get that. But that'll knock out two little smaller sort of things. Just off Alien Swirling Saucers. That took so long. It was a 60-minute posted wait, and we ended up waiting 45 minutes. That was way longer than we thought we were going to end up waiting. So a little bit of a loss there. But the good news is we mobile ordered some food. We got our food from Woody's Lunchbox. We haven't heard back from Rob and Eric, so I think that we're still going to be ahead of them, but we got to get a move on.
We haven't heard back from them. But we did get that they weren't doing so great, and we looked at the app and Rise of the Resistance is down. So question mark?
So we walked over here to the backside of Toy Story Land, and we were able to knock out 5 meet and greets in all in about 20 minutes. So we're figuring that's about 650 points we just racked up, just stumbled upon it. It's really, really good timing. So any Disney day that you plan, you need to have a little bit of flexibility. I've talked about this many times in many videos. Expect the unexpected. Even the most well-laid plan there's gonna be issues that come up. Rides go down, lines fluctuate, weather, there's all kinds of things. A meltdown in the family if you got kids. You need to be able to successfully tour the parks and not hate your family when the day is done, is learn to be flexible. And everybody in the party has to agree, because otherwise it leads to disagreements, can be a not so pleasant day. As an example, I don't know what the final situation is, but I know Rob and Eric are currently stuck in Rise of the Resistance, and I know they're frustrated, but we've gotten a lot done in that small amount of time. They'll get caught up fairly quickly, and we're gonna have to start making some serious moves. There's some big attractions we still have to hit. So we're on our way over to Mickey and Minnie's now to try and knock that one off our list.
We're on Mickey and Minnie's right now, about to board. After this, we just looked and Rise is back up. It's at a 30-minute wait right now. So let's just pray to the gods that we get to keep our 30 minutes.
So at this point during the day, because of the mishap that Rob and Eric had, they're about 2,000 points behind us. They have been able to get Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, and they've had a meal now. So we're not as far ahead as we once were. If we can get to Rise before it explodes in time again, then we can keep that advantage. If not, then it's going to start shrinking a little bit. We've made it over to Sci-Fi Dine-In. Our reservation was at $250. The table service restaurant was worth a lot of points, and so we didn't want to not have it. So we're going to try and eat and get out of here as quickly as possible.
This is the hottest part of the day, so it's also a good time to grab a sit-down restaurant. As far as point system goes, they're still missing Slinky Dog, and Slinky Dog's a big one.
So they're not too far behind. One or two more attractions, they'll be catching up with us. I don't know if they're planning on having a full sit-down meal, but at some point I imagine they probably will. So that'll give us a little more time. We also have a reservation for Oga's Canteen later, about 6:30 this evening, and that's also a good point total for us.
Right.
So we're going to try and squeeze out all the big totals wherever we can. We may miss a couple of smaller attractions, but we're trying to limit the things that we miss. But if we are going to miss things, it's going to be the things that are worth less.
Right. So we are going to hit up Mickey and Minnie over at the red carpet after here. And then after we hit them, we're going to just go crazy with some shows. So you're going to see a lot of that. Indiana Jones and Frozen are our top two.
Yep.
If we make it to BD&B's, so be it. If we don't, we're okay with that because we do have to go hit Smuggler's Run still. Yeah.
But for now, we're going to eat our burgers, try and get out of here as fast as possible. It's table service, so we knew that it was an hour no matter what we did. So we're going to go sit down, watch the Indiana Jones show, and then we're going to have to play a couple of things by ear once we get done with this and figure out what our strategy over the next two and a half hours is, because we've got Oga's in about 2.5 hours. I like where we are right now.
Yeah. I won't say I feel comfortable, but I do like where we are.
Yeah, no, I don't think you can ever get comfortable, especially against Rob and Eric, because those two are wily. Frozen sing-along. I've never done Frozen sing-along. I don't know. Jen just went inside. I don't think she's ever done it either. Have you ever seen this before?
I haven't.
Lots of firsts today.
A whole lot of firsts today. Because, naturally, we don't come to do meet and greets. We don't come to do sing-alongs. So we're getting to see a whole new park today, kind of.
Exactly. I feel good about our strategy. I think we've worked well together today. I think we moved and watched the clock and watched the wait times. And I think that's what you have to do.
Yeah, you really do. Because, like, when you're standing in that line, definitely start planning your next move. Like, have two options. Because just like we were going to go do Toy Story Mania, and then we looked at it, and it was 110 minutes. And we were like, heck no. So we dropped that quickly, and then we turned right around, and we headed over to do, another attraction. We actually came to Oga's. It's a little bit rowdy in here. It's a fun atmosphere. They do have a DJ in here, along with everyone else just trying to have a little bit of fun in the middle of Hollywood Studios. They do have very creative drinks here.
I've come to Oga's maybe 4 or 5 times. It's fun the first time. It's fun to bring new people here. But honestly, it's a very small space. It's very crowded. You have 45 minutes. You're standing. Most of the time you're standing either at the bar or a table. It's really not someplace you want to hang out. And I think they do that on purpose. This is worth some buku points for us. So we're going to have our drinks and then get out of here. Let's talk strategy for a second. I think the best thing that we did today was to start with Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror. I think that was the best decision we could have made. It really set us up for being able to be flexible the rest of the day. Sometimes you're the recipient of dumb luck, and sometimes you just get bad luck. And I think that Rob and Eric just got bad luck today when they chose Rise and we chose Slinky. I think that could have gone the other way, and this could be a very different race right now. We made some choices as a team, and they just happened to pay off for us today.
I'm still kind of anxious a little. I guess anxious would be the word, because I think they might pull something out of the hat that we're just not real sure about. We don't know.
I'm not sure what it would be. But, I mean, yeah, anything's possible, especially with those two. They're very, very calculating and very capable of a come-from-behind win.
For sure.
Okay, so at the very last second, we were standing outside of Toy Story Midway Mania, just hoping that it would reopen, and it did. There were still people in line inside, so it wasn't just a complete walk-on. It's going to be another 570 points. This should put us over 10,000 points. One step closer.
One step closer.
I can't record this ride because Jen
I challenged him.
she's declared that she's going to win this battle. So
I didn't declare it. I just said I've been studying a little.
Winner buys dinner. Oh wait, we already bought dinner. Last ride of the day.
And I lost.
That's okay.
I gotta go study some more.
Your team won.
Yes.
We've come to the end of our night, and this time, Jen and I are smiling a little bit more than we were last time. We eked out a win, but you know what I love about these challenges is that they are so close. If somebody was to just blow it out of the water, that wouldn't be any fun. So I love the fact that there's some really good competition. Thank you guys for doing this again. I know that Jen and I say the same thing over and over. The last challenge we did was one of the funnest days we've ever had in a theme park. And today was no exception. We had a great time. It was full of firsts for us. We love having you guys as friends, and we love doing these challenges. And I can't wait to do another one because we are now 1-1.
I just want to throw in there, you say that there was not a blowout. For most of the day, you guys were blowing it out of the water. We narrowed it a little bit in the end, but you guys.
It's not where you start, it's where you finish, Rob.
Congrats.
I want to mention Eric was our MVP today because Rob was injured and in a wheelchair, so slight disadvantage for those guys. Jen and I were hauling butt through the parks like we're 20 years younger than we actually are.
I was telling him, slow down, slow down. I can't walk that fast. Know that you don't have to be local or in the park 24/7 to even understand how we did what we did today. Because to be honest with you, it was as simple as writing down everything that was in the park and just check marking it off. We constantly looked at our wait times. We were able to adjust and move about.
Absolutely. And we're also going to link in the description Rob and Eric's videos over at Ear Scouts so that you can see both sides of the competition, our side and their side. Thank you as always for coming along and supporting Jennifer and myself. If never lost, then never found.
So go get lost, guys.